temptation, tryna fight a temptation. I be on some David Ruff shit.
It was working. Okay, hello. There we go. I don't know why it did that to me. Thank you, Cat Dad. It was working before stream, and as soon as stream started, it stopped working. Should be good now. I was saying, how you doing, Cat Dad? Good to see you here. Hey, Roman. I'm back here to swap out the board. Got the replacement in today. So, swapping that out. Hey, how you doing, Cypher? Hey! Thank you, Cat Dad. Much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Look up I don't got the screwdriver. Not like it matters with this board anyways. Hey, TikTok just got connected. I very, very much appreciate you, Cat Dad. I think I'm probably gonna do I think another stream, maybe Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see. I have another build I was wanting to maybe do on stream, but I don't know just yet. If I have all the parts, I've got to go through inventory. This is a direct swap. I'm going to move this off screen for a moment because I think my address is on the side of the box. It's on the back side of it. Cool, let me peel that off. Shipped it directly in the box instead of packing it, which I guess was fine in this case. Okay, I have peeled my address off. There we go. Sorry, it took a moment, you guys. I'm right back. And put my razor blade back in my little thing. Okay. Set this back on top of here for now. And this is the old box. We're going to put that back in here for the return. Oh, looks like my shoutouts aren't working for some reason. What's up with that? Thank you for the shoutout for Cat Dad. Much deserved. Even though I didn't do any animation on screen for some reason. Yeah. Oh, I still got a fan cable on there. And front panel connector. Okay, that's everything. Alright, these are stuck on here because of the GPU plugs here. Man, is the fishing game still not working today? What's going on with the fishing game? That board is out. Where'd the other little... There it is. There's a plug. I'm going to put these plugs back into the new board. Stay open, please. Just throw this IO shield in there. Actually, we'll just throw that back in there because we're going to use a new IO shield.
Hey, it's Sally 18 just
Thank you,
redeemed
Dan.
hydrate.
Delicious. Refreshing. Alright, there we go. Before we put this board in the build here, we're going to put the mounting brackets from the water cooler in there. So let's do that now. Alright, there's the left one on there. Should be pretty simple. Swap these back in here. We'll finally get you'll see it all up and running and everything. When I moved the drive over first too, I didn't forget that. So that should be fine to box up, set aside for the RMA. Alright, this should be good to put in. What did you guys have to eat today? Oh, we got the little tabs in the way again. Oh, it might help if I put the IO shield in right side up as well. Let's done these tabs before we put it in. Okay, now we can gently put it in place and move the wire out from behind the board. There we are. Alrighty. Rip my glove. Grab another one real quick. Probably should have dried my hand. A little sweaty and hard to get in that glove. Alrighty. Let's get everything plugged back in. Should be in the same location, so the same motherboard, so should be pretty quick and easy. Come on. Get the rest of these screws in here as well. This time we'll be able to actually see it boot up and into the BIOS today. Mark my words, this will boot today. Audio is hooked up, front USB is hooked up, reset switch is a little jammed, I'll pull that out, there we go. Reset switch plugged in and power switch plugged in. Get the rest of these motherboard screws in here and we'll be able to put the graphics card in. One last screw at the top. Thermal paste back on there. Alright, we'll just put the excess on the cold plate there. Hey! Good to see you in chat. Shoving that wire back through there so we can get the blue one installed. Not that it matters all too much.
Hey, it's Sally18 just redeemed fish.
What's up? Getting this back up and running was tough. Let's get the thermal paste off my fingers. Off my gloves, I guess. Again, we are going to not cable manage today either. We're going to make sure it boots today before we cable manage again, because that was should always do, just like yesterday. Only thing I did was cable manage like a single wire or two. Those stayed where they were. Alright, we've got CPU 24 pin. Got that fan cable hooked up, that fan cable hooked up. I think there's another fan cable here. Yes, there was one right here. Let's get that guy in there. Right, both case fan setups are in there. Perfect. Get this radiator in here real quick. Actually, I'm gonna rest it right there for a moment. Going to grab all these screws here. Now we're going to install the radiator.
It takes more than intellect to be a musician. Put your soul in.
Hey! Appreciate follow.
0690 just followed.
Alright, radiator's officially held up. So we can let go of that and put in the other screws.
Put your soul into it. It takes more than intellect to be a musician. Put your soul into it.
Getting the other corners in here. Technically, all of the middle ones are not necessary. We're going to put some of them in there.
Put your soul into it. It takes more than intellect to be a musician. Put your soul into it.
Alright. That is very sufficiently held in. Get the graphics card and the CPU cooler mounted. Oh, we got a disconnect from the fan's daisy chain real quick. If you can see that. There we go. Hey, fishing's working again. Thank you, babe, for fixing that. Appreciate it. Life helped fix the fishing game. This guy, like I said, can be a little bit of a pain to get started. The screws. There we go. It's on there. Let's get that guy mounted. And finally, graphics card. Get a screw on the GPU. Yes, they are. So how can I help you? There we go, got that in there. Put up the G Xerox. Yeah, the fishing is it's a fun little game you can play on the stream where you catch random things. It's a lot of fish, but I've also had a lot of things that aren't fishes. Damn, bad timing. I put the ads to the absolute minimum possible, so I think he unfortunately just got bad timing when joining the stream there. But yeah, I had the ads set to absolute minimum. It will let me. I would just turn them off if I could, but it doesn't let you. Makes such a small amount of money, it's not worth. It's kind of annoying. It depends on mostly whichever one's a better deal. The 5070 Ti is better, but it's not a huge amount. They go back and forth between 9070 XT and the 5070 Ti because it depends on the game. I don't know. It is a hard choice. It's a toss up because depending on where you are in the world, they vary in price so much. Because in some places, one might be literally hundreds more than the other. It just doesn't make sense to buy. It's regionalized with those two GPUs. For some reason, they vary so much. And lately, they've been up and down on price and everything. Mostly on the up, though. I'm going to put these plugs in the motherboard so that we don't have you plug into the wrong ports by accident. So make sure to plug into here. I mentioned that yesterday, so you already know, but just a reminder. Alright, all the rest of this is not for right this second. Oh, yeah. Yeah, not... Oh, it's not worth that at all. No. 9070 XT by far is a way better deal with that price difference. That's a huge difference. Okay, I think we are good to test. I had another computer I was considering building as well, since stream seems to be so short today. We'll grab the mesh filter for the top. Put it back on top. Oh. Let me grab the monitor, keyboard, and mouse real quick. Alright, let's hook her up and see what happens. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would definitely use that money towards an OLED over an ever so slightly better GPU for a huge amount of more money. Not worth the difference. Alright. Let's get this all hooked up. Alright. Let's grab the second monitor as well. Or monitor, I mean second camera. Let's get this all hooked up. Oops. Bumping the camera around. Alright, second camera's on. Let's see her boot up. Oh, power button's down. I keep reaching for the top like it's gonna be up there. Hey, there we are. Now, this time, there's no CPU and motherboard, or CPU and RAM, sorry, light the whole time. And we have boot. Look at that. White light. It's right up. Look at that. $9700X. Right there. 9700X. 32 gigs of RAM. 6,000 megahertz at only CL30. Nice low latency. Cast latency, sorry. Look at that. But good. I am going to, in the meantime, while you guys watch this for a second, I'm gonna grab my USB and we're gonna just let a Windows install start while I gather parts for another build. You guys want to see another build? I can start another one. $7,600 Alright, let's see. Let me think. Again, that does depend on your region, how your pricing is where you live. Let's see. 7600 XT, 8500G, 16 gigs of RAM. do you have a micro center? Because if you have a micro center, and if you can get a 7500 X3D, or like a 9500 X3D, that would be awesome to grab that. Like a 9500 X3D would be cool. I would say, okay. So I think there's really not that many locations in the US, so I don't think there's any outside of the US, so. 9600X. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good upgrade. If you go air cooler, grab like a dual tower Thermalright cooler. That's what I'd say. Probably be your best bet for if you want a beefy, affordable cooler. No, I cannot give you $500. Hell, I wish I could give away computers. Maybe one day. I mean, the 9600X isn't super hot, so you could get away with a smaller cooler. But like, hey, appreciate the follow. I mean, it can't hurt to have a beefier cooler. But yeah, if you want it for aesthetic reasons, get a slimmer cooler, but get one that has a lot of heat pipes. Don't get like a 4 heat pipe. Get 5 or 6 heat pipes. Get like a... You can get slim, compact, but efficient. You know what I mean? Yeah, that would be my suggestion. Let me check something real quick here. Oh, okay, yeah, alright. I was just checking something there. What are you guys thinking build-wise? I got this 5080 build here for a customer. He's, I believe, still in chat. Might be still in chat? I believe so. Yes, he is. There he is. Do you think budget build? Because I got a budget build I was going to do. I've got... got a couple different builds I can do here right now. Let's get this Windows installed on here. Let's get that started. Yeah, let's get that just started right now. Oh, no, it's nothing to do with picture quality or anything. AMD, NVIDIA, they both make great graphics cards. Just depends on your use case and how much you're willing to pay and whatnot. There's one's not going to like look worse. Maybe the upscaling technology may be better on one or the other, which is true. NVIDIA's is a little bit better, but they also started upscaling and their DLSS and ray tracing 2 generations before AMD did. So got to remember that. But this most recent generation of FSR is so good. Such a huge leap in generation for ray tracing. And, yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, you were here for the build in the first place. I just swapped the board today. Everything kind of just stayed in the same spots. I just unplugged everything, pulled it to the side, swapped the board and the CPU, plugged everything back in. I haven't cave managed anything in the back yet because I want to make sure everything was booting first. We've got the very special USB drive here with the Rufus, so it's going to skip all the Microsoft BS for me and make a blank local user account. There we go, 2 terabytes. 7,500 read and write. Fast drive. Install. There we go. Windows is installing. Hey, no problem, man. You have a great night. Appreciate the follow. I'll be probably doing another stream Tuesday, but yeah. All right, Windows is installing on here. Let's thinking of slapping together a budget build over here. Got some parts. What parts we got going on over here? Maybe I can have you guys pick with me build I want to do next. I've got. That's a bit too high end for that GPU. That's too low end for that GPU. Alright, we're thinking a budget build with like a Ryzen 5 2600. What else? We throw together like a 1080. It's like a little budget build. Post for sale. Hey, if anyone's in chat locally, maybe you can buy later. Be up for sale. It was a minuscule price difference, and it looks nice. That's really all there is to it. I think at the time of ordering, there's like a $5 or $7 price difference. At the moment, it's a $10 difference between the two. Actually $9 difference. 84 versus 93. Just a $9 difference. I think it was like a 5 or 6 at the time I purchased it. So I still think it's worth it. You know, $9 and throw some nice lighting in there. Customer mentioned the RGB is not necessary, but is a nice touch. So we'll probably go ahead and set the RGB to blue whenever Windows is installed and all that. So we can get it matching with the cables. Case fans are all black. Just let the ambient lighting from the graphics card light the inside of the case there. You know. How's your guys' holiday been today? You guys have any Memorial Day parties or anything? I'm not sure if you guys seen the front there, but we got the nice wood panel, real wood in the front there. Got the mesh behind it too. This is the part I was talking about here with my special USB. Also, I didn't mean to ignore your question. I answered it in my head and just didn't say it out loud. I don't really keep peripherals on hand. I did for a little while, but nobody would ever buy them, and kind of just a waste of space. I don't know. It just happens. And then when I would keep them on hand, I would have like a specific set, and people would be like, "Nah, that's not quite what I was looking for." And it's like, well, you can't keep every keyboard possible on hand and every mouse possible on hand. So I just stopped buying them. Yeah, of course, always worth an ask. I'm thinking, let me grab a case for this. We'll do a little budget build just for kids and giggles, you know. Let me check something on stream real quick. I gotta check my there we go. Yep, that's still good. TikTok's still up, or is it complaining? I know TikTok likes to sometimes be an ass. Alright, this is 1600. Let's take this out. Put the 2600 right there. This is the part I was talking about here. If we just click, oh, my bad. Unplug the Ethernet cable. I don't have internet. Boom, skips everything.
Roman Hillsp gifted 1 subscriptions to the
Hey,
community.
appreciate the gifted sub, man. No more ads for you. There we go, and now it's restarting. Always appreciate you, Roman. Let's see, what cooler do we want to go with? It's only Ryzen 5 2600, so something small. Nothing crazy. We're trying to save budget here for the build. Keep costs down. It doesn't need anything. Doesn't really need anything more than a cooler, but maybe we'll put something a little more interesting, a little pizzazz in there, you know? What are we thinking? We think one of these. What are we thinking? The deep cooler, or are we thinking the Cooler Master? Thinking the deep cool? Yeah, I'm thinking deep cool too. This music's really loud. I don't know if it was loud for you guys, but it was loud in my ear. Also, I'll be honest, my hair is driving me a little crazy. If y'all give me 2 seconds. This is annoying. I'm gonna fix that. Driving me a little bit nuts.
Xerox 0690 just redeemed fish.
Yeah, I got this cooler, I think on AliExpress a while back. Okay, there we go. No more floppy hair. Alright. It looks a little funny, but it's better than it bouncing around. It was annoying the crap out of me. Alright, let's put this 1600 back. Okay, we may not be able to use the deep cool. I have to check RAM clearance on this motherboard. Because this cooler's a bit wide. And it might hit the RAM. Let me check what RAM options we got over here. Getting a tad bit low on RAM. And going through my stockpile. A bunch of old DDR3 RAM that I got for cheap a long time ago. I just never end up using. I have a couple of mismatched sticks in here that I've got. Just, you know, like one stick goes bad and then you just have one left. You don't know what to do with. So we got an 8 gig Corsair RGB, a Pacer 8 gig RGB, 3000 on this one, 3200 on this one, and we got a single 16 gig of 3600. Yeah, I pulled this out of a pre-built with, like, I think a Ryzen 7 3700X under it. I just thought this was a bit dinky for a 3700X. So I set it aside for like a Ryzen 5 build. It might, no, I think it actually might have been on 5700G. I don't know. They always put them on Ryzen 7s, and I take them off and put them on Ryzen 5s. I always put like a tower cooler or an AIO on the Ryzen 7s. Just depends on what cooler we go with. We'll see. Let me see what RAM options. Well, I am low on RAM. I need to restock. There haven't been any good deals. It's been too expensive. Where's it go with this basic black A-Pacer RAM here? If you didn't know, chat, this is the customer right here. That's his PC. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna put some A-Pacer, just black sticks in here. Nothing special. Really basic heat sinks. They've got to be low profile for this cooler anyways. So I think this works out perfect. So we'll go ahead and take these stock clips off of here. Let's plug in that Ethernet cable, and we're just gonna let this run basic Windows updates while we build this other computer. Check for updates. Yeah. Let it run some Windows updates in the meantime. Yeah, it's just gonna be a little budget build, you know. I'm gonna see how cheap I can post it. Still make decent profit. Probably 500 to 600. Probably more like 500. Maybe 550. I don't know. We'll just see how it ends up looking in the end. I gotta see how much I'm into it. Alright, let's get some paste on here. Oh, it's just a Ryzen 5 2600, nothing special. It's a good starter PC for someone to upgrade. New motherboard, some lightly used RAM out of a pre-built. Stock cooler, not a stock cooler, but similar to a stock cooler with, you know, the styling or the size of the heatsink and everything. Nothing crazy. I'm actually gonna need my other screwdriver. Oh, GTX 1080. A little bit more powerful than a 1660 Super. A little bit faster. This one was out of pre-built, so it looks kind of weird. Oh, it's doing drivers. Yep, doing graphics drivers, so it's flashing right there. We're going to use the skinny screwdriver to get into these little crevices. Come on. Can we line it up properly, please?
Hey, it's Sally18 just redeemed fish.
There we go. I don't know why it was doing that. What'd you get in the fishing? Nice. $9850 X3D is a very fast CPU. Fastest gaming CPU you can buy. Cooler's on there. All those going. Alright, we're gonna uncheck all this garbage. Only MSI Center, drivers, and nothing else. Now this board doesn't have a RGB header on it, so we'll use. Where is it? There it is. One of these RGB adapters. Yes. So the RGB is going to be hooked up to this hub here, and then the customer will control the lighting with this remote. I get these from AliExpress, much cheaper than an RGB hub. RGB hub's $10-15 bucks. These are like $4. Gotta buy them in bulk and use coupons to get them down to $4 bucks. They're usually like 6 to 10 or something like that. So we are going to scoot this guy to the side. My HDMI is a little wiggly. Don't mind that. That's just my monitor's fault, not the computer. Or really the cable's fault. The monitor's fine. I guess we add these to the pile. One of many piles. So many of these damn things. I will put this guy up. Check out this little case. I think it's the same case you used in one of your recent builds, Ramen. I'll show it to you in a moment. Let me check what power supplies I've got. We're not using. Yeah, we're not using a Corsair 750 watt. That's too much. What else do we got in here? We got that. We got. No, that's too weak. 850? No, that's too much. Okay. What about back here? Guess we'll use this guy. Damn, that's a lot. Really, what they're going for right now? Yeah, that's much worse than here. Yeah, 700 is what a 9070 XT goes for right now on Newegg. And that's still over MSRP. It's $100 over MSRP. Yeah. $670 on Amazon, 9070 XT. So only 70 bucks over MSRP. That's not too bad. Yeah, 670 is the cheapest one I'm seeing here. There's a 620 for a non-XT model, but I'd much prefer the $50 more. Well, not all of us are as lucky as you, Roman. We don't all got the luxury of a Micro Center. Alright. Let's build this guy. Huh? I'm not sure what you mean. I think you're just looking at the motherboard's just crooked. It might be the fisheye lens. I'm not entirely sure because, like, if you look at it, here, let me move this. Look at it in person. It's got like a tiny bow to it, but it's pretty straight. See? Ever so slight bowing, but it's very minimal. See? It's very minimal. I think it's being exacerbated by the lens. It has a large FOV. I had to shrink it down in the software. It was a bit weird. Like, yeah, it's only a tiny bit bent. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's very minor. It's got like that much. Oh, you can't block it in my head. It's got that much wiggle to it. Probably just because it was in a pre-built. Just came out of a HP gaming PC. Yeah, exactly. As long as it works. Actually, we're gonna find out that here together if it works. Obviously, the 1080, so it's used. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out together if it works. Sure, it does. Probably. Ow. Alright, most of the stuff I'm going to do to this computer, I'm going to do off stream, so like the zip tying and stuff like that, cable managing, installing Windows, doing stuff for all that. It's kind of boring. So I'm going to build this on stream with you guys, and then when it ends, I'll focus on the customer's build, finish his up, have ready for pickup for him, and then I'll work on this, finishing this build up. So, don't mind the trash pile to the right there. They like to pretend there's no trash pile when building computers. Let's just grab this, put it in the recycling pile. Alright, so. Still in chat there. Hope you enjoy your computer. I'm going to set it to the side for the time being. It's kind of a snooze fest, just watching me zip tie 1,000 things. So, entertain stream, and then as soon as it ends, I'm going to do all your management and all that stuff. Alright, just the case I was talking about, let me make sure my address is not on here. No, it's not. It's just some Amazon warehouse. No one cares about that address. Oh no, that's much too small for a 5080. Tiny GPU. No, the 5080 is over there in the custom build. Oh damn. Alright. Have a good night. Again, same as the previous question, I'd say. Depends on your use case, how much it costs in your local region, what the price difference is. And yeah, look if you even really need it. Good old budget case. Gambius, Jesus, did not want to come off. Set this in the box. I'm sure you recognize this one, Roman. This one has an RGB connector at the end of this, right? Yeah, alright, so we can hook it up to the hub. Oh, TikTok's having a total BF. Give me a second, y'all. Alright. I have no idea why it does that, but it does. That is way too much. That is not worth it. Do you need the upgrade? Because that's too much. Here they're like 1300 and that's too much. Yeah, that would explain it. So I'm guessing a 9070 was also definitely not 600 like it is here. It's probably more like close to $1,000. If not 1,000. Alright. I prepped this case. Let's go ahead and see if the internals work. Yep, yeah, I figured close to 1,000. Alright. CPU, motherboard, RAM, graphics, power supply. Alright, we are testing this live if this works. Nope. No, we're not. Oh, yes, it is. Never got the power supply is on. Hello? Cool. It doesn't. What's up with that? What's going on here? Yeah, DOA power supply? It's literally new. What is my luck lately, man? Really bad luck lately. Yeah, it could be the board. That's why I'm testing it right now. I know this power supply works. That's why I'm plugging this one in. Man, I've had some bad luck lately. Yeah. Power supply, what the hell? It's brand new. Just watch me unbox it. Literally. Blue light right there. You can't see it. It's turning on. It happens because bad luck. That's how. It is unfortunate. Oh, I don't even got the keyboard and mouse plugged in. It might help a little bit. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Well, that works. What are the temps? 100 monitor. 37. We're good. Temps look good. RGB. Boom, RGB works. I did not know this lights up red, by the way. I was gonna light up white, but that makes sense, this red accent. I don't know if you saw it or not, but Windows is installed on your computer. I'm building this little budget computer for stream to watch. And then when stream ends, I'm going to switch back to your computer and do all the cable management, zip tying, downloading all the art, like the RGB software, like all that stuff, all the boring stuff off stream. Stuff that no one wants to watch me put 1,000 zip ties on my computer and stuff like that. Yeah, I was thinking maybe. I have 2 mismatched RAM sticks I was considering putting in here. Before I knew that this was red. I got a red and black RAM stick that I mismatched. I think I might go ahead and put those in here since we got a red and black theme going on. You know? I don't know. I figured it'd be a good use to get rid of some of my mismatched RAM sticks. I also go with the red SATA cable too. I don't really ever have issues with it. It sometimes do, but as long as you're running both sticks at the speed of the slower stick, it's fine. On my personal computer, I have two 16 gig 3200 Corsair Dominator Platinums and two 16 gig what's it called? 3600 Corsair Dominator for a total of 64 gigs of Corsair Dominator Platinums. And I just run them all at 3200. No issues. Been like that for 2+ years. You just run them at the rated speed of the lower stick. No problems. Is there a solid color? Jesus, there's a lot of options in here. Oh, I can just... Bloop. Hello? Oh, that's annoying. Give me just a moment. Where's my little baggie? Where's the baggie at? There it is. Battery bag. Like 40 of these little batteries, 2032s. I always keep 10 of them on hand. Weird. We shut that down. let's put these 2 sticks in. I believe I've tested all of these not long ago. I don't imagine there'll be any issues with them. Just last week. Because they both came out of customer builds from a long time ago where they, before prices went crazy. When one stick went bad, they were like, just keep the other one. What am I going to do with it? And I was like, cool. I'll keep it. Maybe I'll stumble upon a matching stick later. Or I'll have another situation where one stick goes bad, and then I'll make a kit. But it's been so long, I've never found matching sticks to them. It's not very common you find these ballistic sticks. And these Kings and Furies came in like HP pre-builts. So I just don't stumble upon these very often. So might as well just put them in this build and use them up. Probably put the left one in first. Gotta make sure the heat sinks, or the RGB or whatever. Yep, it does clear. We're good. Because these are still on low profile. There we go. We got a red and black theme going on. We got red and black. We got red and black. We can set this to red. You can set the case fans to red. That RAM? Free. That's free RAM. You don't get those nowadays. They're just customer leftovers from broken kits. These sticks I also got before the great collapse of RAM. So 20 or 25 bucks, 16 gigs. Now, minimum 40 for these used. Minimum 40. Usually way more than that. But we're gonna box these back up and put them up for now. I also got the red SATA cable. Yes, they are. I hate it so much. The RAM prices. It's just discouraging, man. Like seeing how bad the market is and how much people just don't want to buy because of it. Yeah, storage too. It's been hard to come by. Storage and RAM. Been a pain. Let me grab another glove real quick. I call them vinyl gloves, but they're black nitro gloves. Yeah, I ordered a bit of RAM, but I also got too much DDR3. It was so cheap. I didn't care. I was just trying to get rid of some of my old DDR3 CPUs because I've had so many of my customers come and upgrade from their old DDR3 setups, and I also just got a bunch of DDR3 CPUs for $5 to $10 each. I don't know, I just couldn't say no to them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I have them. Those are the ones I usually build like $200-300 PCs. They're not great, but not everyone has $700 to $3,000 to build a PC, so got a bunch. All this RAM right here, that's all DDR3 kits. These are all kits, so anything there's tape around, that's a kit of 2 or 4 to make 16 gigs. These will all end up in $200 to $300 PCs. I'll end up spending $100 to $150 on the build, sell it for $2 to $3. That's what I spent on it. Not worth the effort, but it helps somebody out with a cheap computer. They can play Roblox on it, you know. Play like Roblox, Minecraft, play like someone will play CSGO. Let's boot this back up, make sure this boots with these 2 sticks. Set this to red. Boom, look at that. Got a themed build right there. Look at that, it still boots up just fine. I'm only getting XMP profile 1 option on this board. I hope that's 2666 because this other stick is only well, one stick's only 2666. One's 3200. Oh yeah, it's damn near impossible. I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna enable XMP for this setup. I know these sticks are running at 2400, not 2133. It's better than nothing. It is a cheap computer. We'll see what it does. It might cycle 3 times and boot, or it might cycle 3 times and then just continue cycling. If it does, we'll just clear CMOS, restart it, and run it at 24. Oh well. Yeah, but that's you knowing where to find the best deals, and you built it yourself too. You know? And it's probably what, 7500 X3D? Huh. Did we? Yes, we do have XMP enabled. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Alright, well I don't get to choose the speed, it just does what it wants. Better than no XMP. Alright, go ahead and shut this down. I guess we give that power supply another shot. See what happens, you know? Everything else is working just fine. I think these used buckets are working just fine. Brand new power supply is broken, of course. Oh, this is literally a pile of the things people are like, stay away from it, it's terrible. Use CPU, use graphics card from a pre-built, use mismatched RAM and a Chinese motherboard. Every one of them works. Go buy yourself something new, they say. Don't work. You know what's going to keep working? This. Yeah, DDR5, I've noticed, I've watched some videos on it, it doesn't mind single channel. It's a small performance loss, but I'm surprised how small it is, you know? True, yeah, I know, used CPU is not that bad. But, still, you know what I mean. But it's also like, you know, out of a pre-built computer too. It's out of an HP pre-built. Where's the graphics card plug? Oh, right here. I'm blind. Alright. Yeah, nothing, dude. Nothing at all. Nothing. Fully dead. Fully DOA. That's crazy. Whatever, we'll build a computer anyways. I'll get another power supply later for this build. I've only got higher end power supplies at the moment. I need a budget one for this one. I was just gonna order some yesterday and I forgot to. Whatever. This wasn't exactly a planned build, so I just kind of winged it just because you guys are hanging out. So what we'll do is we'll throw this into the case. I have no idea where the IO shield. I think it's in here. I hope that's the right one. Cool. We got an IO shield. We don't always get those in budget builds. I think this one will only be 500. Yes, barely, but it will. Yeah, it's gonna have to, obviously. Look at that. Ta-da! Got space. Got a little wiggle room, you know? Let me see what cables I got. I don't think I have any red and black left. I used up all my red and black the other day. I just did a red and black PC in this same case. It's funny, here, I'll show you guys it. Just sold it this weekend. Pretty nice for the price. Let me check my sold now to stock listings. Here it is. I'll move these fans up to the top. The GPU will probably hit them or be very close to them. I've had that. I keep having that issue. On this board, it's not as bad because you see the GPU slots at the top slot. But with the other boards I had used recently, like this one, if you look, it does not use the topmost slot. There is a 1x slot up there, and it pushed it really low. That's where I just recently used the last of my red and black cables. I have a bunch of just straight white ones and just straight black ones. And I have a couple random mismatched colors just from, honestly, some from trade-in computers, some from kits where I only needed some of the cables. So I've got like I got a black and white one here. I got some blue and white. I got this pink strip one. It's actually pink, let me show you. It's not red. I got this screwed up red one. It's all, I was testing painting it. I think this one's the CPU because there's no breakaway. No, wait. Oh, that looks like VGA. Looks like PCIe. It has the... It's got a cross... It's got the molded together too. Yeah. I got one. Cool. I'm happy with that. Cool, that'll work. I didn't know I had that cable in there. Oh, if only this was a red strip. You know? I'll get a different power supply for this one later. Because I only have 750s, 850s. And I have a brand new in the box. No, that's another 750. What's in this one? Oh. No, that one's... Yeah, I unfortunately have above 650, and I don't really want to use those on this build. Ooh, I got a little project, you guys. that I want to do at some point. I got this old mini RTX motherboard. It's a Chinese one. Intel 2nd gen. And then I've got this weird... This is an RX 5500. 2 gig. And there's no power connector on it. And I took the PCIe bracket off of it. I was thinking of maybe 3D printing a little case for it. I got these tiny little fans. I got this RTX power supply. It's a little tiny power supply. 300 watts. Plenty for no power connector GPU and a little 35, 65, whatever watt CPU. I thought it'd be a fun little project to do at some point. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Not got much use, but it'd be fun. I was thinking about 3D printing a case for it. I even have this these skinny fans, right? These were from one of those graphics card coolers. And these are the fans left from it. And then they all go to one fan connector. Yeah, interesting. That's something I'll do later. When? Oh, I have no idea. But yeah, I had that in this power supply box. It's because it all fit in there, you know? Alright, let's get this IO shield in here and build this computer. These are not all in the right spot. Let me move this. Move this whole second camera at the moment. Not really doing much for me. I'm just in the way. All right, we're gonna move this motherboard standoff up from the bottommost slot to the middle slot here. Put the board in. Wrong screw. I don't know how much longer. But enjoy the steak. You know what? I'm gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna go defrost me a steak. I'll be back in about 12 seconds. I got some in the freezer that I pre-cut myself. Minus me. I'd go with like this 8-ounce. Nothing too big. I have a baked potato with that. Alright, I took a steak out for me for later. defrost that for later. Well, I appreciate you being here in general, Roman. So if I'm not, you know, still on, thank you for coming by, and I'll see you next time I stream. I'm hoping that's not super long. It happens sometimes where I'm like, oh, I'll be on tomorrow, and then I'll stream for like 3 weeks. I'm hoping to be on Monday or Tuesday. Tomorrow I do have 2 house calls and something else to work on. Oh, probably Tuesday. Damn, what did you get? Oh, you got a 1080 Ti. Oh, that thing is dinging forever. Alright, I got that in there. Gotta take this out. These fans, move them up. I'm gonna sit with this because I can. I have the space to. So I really probably should have taken these out before putting the motherboard in. I didn't realize this cooler was gonna block me so much. Actually, I'm gonna pull the second camera back out for this part so you guys can get a better shot. Trying to use the unscrew. Come on. It's a bit of an awkward angle here. Trying to get this undone. If anyone's still in here chatting, what are some of your first PCs or budget PCs you've ever had or built? You know, not everyone starts with a $3,000 to $5,000 build. Oh, damn. I remember when I was a kid, my dad still had floppies. Not that we used them in the home computer, but we still had floppies around. My first computer had a IDE cable, power splice. I mean, motherboard and hard drive. My first proper gaming PC wasn't even really a proper gaming PC. It was just a Dell that I had gone ahead and stuffed the graphics card into. I had to cut the case up a little bit to fit it, but power supply works. Upgraded the. I ran with i3 4130. Great little budget CPU. It was fast for the time, you know. I was going to upgrade it to an i7, but funny enough, I went down a generation. Went down to an i5 2500K. My friend had been upgrading to a 2700K. And then he decided he was just going to upgrade to a newer generation and gave me his board with it. I used that for a while with a GTX 964 gig. I got the 4 gig, not the 2 gig model. During the whole GTX 970. I keep trying to say 9070 because of the RX 9070, but the GTX 960 and the 970 had only 3.5 gigs of VRAM, and not technically 4. That whole debacle where everyone was freaking out. If only we were still freaking out about only half a gig of VRAM instead of cards having half the amount of VRAM that they in theory should have. But yeah. Let's get some fan screws over here. Let's grab 4. 2 for each. Hold those up for now. Hey, appreciate the follow.
The 4th just followed.
That's funny. The 4th is when I leave for Chicago. Going on a trip. Thought that was funny at weird timing. Oh, that's really awkward now. How am I going to get that in? Wow. Alright. Can you see this? The fan will fit in there, but not without me moving. Yeah, alright, that's annoying. I gotta remove this fan I just put in. Luckily I only put the 2 corner screws in. Might as well just scoot it over and then install the other one in the other spot. $5080 PC, if you're new into the stream, is right over there. It's this one right here. This one was finished up and stream was like, oh, let's build another computer. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm down for that. And then yeah, I built another computer. There's just a lot of people chatting at the time, and they're having a good time. Didn't want the stream to end. Also, it was a really short stream. If I had ended it when I did, I could have. Oh my god, can the screw stop slipping? Wow, that's really annoying. We're gonna rotate this a little. Move. There we go. Gotta get these back brackets off of here real quick. Move this guy. Breakaway tabs. Oh, before we put GPU in, let's plug in the stuff under it first because it's going to be in the way. All right. Alright, we got front panel USB 3.0 power. It's only... Yes. Oh, that's nice. I just realized, totally forgot about that. You actually don't need a Type-C port on your board for this Type-C port because it just runs at USB 3.0 speeds. This one right here. Right? It just runs at USB 3.0 and just plugs into 3.0 port. So I guess they knew you were going to use budget parts in here and it might not have a Type-C port on board. Which is nice of them, because we don't have a Type-C port on board. Makes sense, yeah. budget build. Alright, what we're doing right now is we're plugging the daisy chain from these fans. And we're removing the twist ties. We're not going to cable manage it though. So that's for later. That's the off-stream part. And alright, all the fans of daisy chain, we'll just plug in the power button, or not the power button, but the change light button. Change the colors. Alright, that's all hooked up. Let's get the graphics card in there. Get a screw on that. I'm gonna put the extension back on the screwdriver. Ever since I got this the extension shaft for the screwdriver, I have never looked back. I barely ever use it without it. Only when I have size constraints in the case, it physically does not fit in there. Now, I have to, unfortunately, put this guy in first. There's that. Look at that. Got a red and black theme going on pretty nicely. Let's throw another cable comb on this guy here. Alright, red SATA cable. Let's install that as well. Alright, let's move all this off to the side. Put my filter back on the top. And we're going to plug this in with the power supply out of the case, just so we can see everything powered on, lit up, and all that fun stuff. This is the Gamdius Aura something. Just Aura. Just Gamdius Aura, I think it's the name of this case. I'm going to use a different power supply at the end for this build. But like I said, in the media area in the meantime, we're going to hook up all the RGB to this RGB hub. Plug this SATA cables in here. SATA cable 1, SATA cable 2. PCIe. I think I've got I got way too many bags of this cable combs, man. Oh, I did have a just straight red and black PCIe cable. Okay. I guess I could just use that one. I gotta use the white. Alright, there's that in there. Cool. I also sometimes have these cables left over from builds when I end up using 12-volt high power cable extension or something like that. I can throw them in here. Okay, yeah, red and black. Awesome. Let's hook the USB up right there. Monitor up. Plug in this cable extension. Let's get the CPU plugged in. This one is a Ryzen 5 2600, 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, deep cool RGB cooler, GTX 1080, 8 gig. I mean, they only came in 8 gig variants, but you get what I mean. Where? Oh, here we go. We got this cable extension right here. Got the round guy on this side. This is gonna be a struggle to plug in. Should have plugged this in first, but you know, it happens. Okay. Alright, we're about to boot it up. I don't know why I got delayed. Weird. Boom. There we go. So now you can control it with the remote. Look at that. We got red and black on the RAM sticks. Got red and black on the graphics card. Got red fans down there. Probably take a shot of the computer like that, you know? What do you think? I think it looks great for a little $500 build, you know? I think someone quite enjoy that. It depends on the game. I could play some games 1440p. I could probably play, let's see. Any of the esports titles, I could probably play 1440p, like Apex and CSGO and Valorant. On like low settings, 1440. Put up all these cable homes. Hey, the 1440, the 1080. Oh, I can't talk. The GTX 1080 is quite powerful. This right here, this old budget graphics card right here, keeps up with an RTX 3060. That GPU right there. That keeps up with a 3060. It's just nuts. Of course, you know, you factor in DLSS, you know, ray tracing, all that, it gets stomped on. But like raw performance, just out the box, 1080p, very comparable to a 3060. Very close. Even RTX 3050, like I'm pretty sure it destroys the 3050. I think a 1070 is marked at 3050. Well, honestly, any graphics card that's going to handle, what's it called? Frame gen is going to cost more than this whole computer. You know, people out here be spending $400, $500, $600 on, you know, 5060 Ti. And that's what this whole computer costs. I like doing these kind of builds, you know, where I built this whole computer for what people are paying for a GPU. It's a great start. AM4 is such a good budget platform because you could start with a PC like this. 32 gigs in there, 5800X, 4070. You'd be playing every game out 1440p high, you know? All that in here later. Great budget start. I love these little AM4 setups. I have an AM4 setup myself. But granted, I have a maxed out AM4 setup. You know, 5800X 3D, 64 gigs RAM, and a 5070. But you could make your way there. Oh, I mean, depending on the game mode, sure, yeah. You could definitely do that. I think for this computer, I'm definitely going to take the photos at an upward shot, so you can see the red RGB on the red LED on the graphics card there. You get like a really nice, like, towering effect where it looks bigger than it is, and the red makes it look menacing. I think it looks really good like that. So I'll probably take the photos of it. And make sure to peel the front peel off as well. Peel these while this computer's off, though. It can create some static. I think I'm going to end stream here. This computer is not ready to post yet because I don't have any budget power supplies on hand, and I don't really want to pair a power supply I paid like twice as much for in here, especially when profits are already going to be kind of low on this build. But yeah, I'm going to cable manage the 5080 PC right here, install Windows, do the stress testing, have that ready for the customer pickup tomorrow, and I'll order a power supply for this guy while I build some other PCs. And then when that power supply comes in, I'll throw it in here, post it for sale. I don't mind setting this one in the back burner. Didn't spend a lot on it, not going to make a ton on it, but it's nice. I really like it. I love these little ones where I get creative, you know, finding different ways to make it look good, because it's just a budget build, but like, we do stuff like this where we got leftover cables, we get mismatched RAM sticks that happen to work out in this build. That's the fun in the budget builds. But I'm gonna head off. I really appreciate you guys hanging around. If anyone's not followed, drop a follow, because you'll be able to see next streams. I don't know exactly when I'm going to stream. If you want to know when I'm, if you want to be notified when I go, you can join my Discord, or you can turn on the bell notification on YouTube. Yes, hey Cat Mom. Cat Mom's in the Discord, so she gets notified when I go live. Also, sorry I didn't see your message there. What about the Fantex case? I've never seen that case before. I'm Googling right now, so I'm trying. Oh, yeah, that's a good case. I think I've used I've used a really similar case to that one. No, I've used the same one, but black. Yeah, all black, no wood. That's basically the same thing as the Fantex Ethu or whatever. Not the Ethu. That's not what it's called. I can't. I don't remember what it's called. But there's this It's another case like that, but it's all black and plastic front instead of the wood front. I've used it before. It's a great case. Bit pricey, but good case. Alright. Well, I appreciate you guys coming around. This will be for sale sometime soon when I get a new power supply in it. But have a good evening, guys, or super late night if you're in the UK.